Lately, I've been thinking a lot about content, and specifically what I want my own content creation to look like. I feel like I've been at odds lately with wanting to produce this more in depth, deep dive content, while at the same time wanting to produce more. And so let me focus on a few things that I've learned in me producing more content as of late. There's a couple points that I really want to focus on. One of the biggest things is that I adopted a mindset of produce as much as you can and worry very, very little about how perfect it is. The kind of mindset is, well, if I can produce 3 times as much content that is maybe 70 or 80% done to my standards being done, that is better than producing half as much content that I consider 100% done. Because that's what was happening. I wasn't producing as much content as I knew I could because I was being completely constrained by perfectionism. I want to produce stories that break apart papers and put in insane amounts of effort to convert those scientific, technical, jargon filled papers into stories, into storybooks, stories that you could reasonably tell as a bedtime story, right? That's what I want to produce. And I did produce that. In fact, I produced a few of those. And what I found is that to produce a 7-minute video, 7 to 12-minute video of something that is exactly what I want and it's perfect and it's amazing, it takes 20 to 30 hours. It takes that long to produce a 10-minute video. And while I am proud of those videos and while I am proud of that content, it's not sustainable for me. It's not creating the impact that I feel like it should. If I spent those 20 to 30 hours instead producing realistically 20 to 30 pieces of content, that has a greater impact. And here I mean impact in terms of my personal account growth, all accounts growth, in terms of me actually not burning out and running out of steam and talking about multiple topics at once. So this is where I've been stuck on this quality versus quantity. Now, this doesn't mean I want to produce content that is just as fast as possible. It takes 5 minutes and it's terrible quality. Instead, it's allowing myself to have content that is of a lower quality so that I can produce more of it. And something interesting came from adopting that mentality and just trying to produce as much as possible and worry less about it being perfect and polished and the absolute best it could be. I found that my average content increased in quality. Again, it's about producing 3 times as much content that is 80% done instead of half as much content that is 100% done. But when it comes to science content, when it comes to conservation content, when it comes to activism content, which are things that I produce and many of them overlap with one another, you need to spend that time on it. You need to make sure that your message is proper. You need to make sure that your sources and your scientific understanding of a topic is correct. So how do you balance those two things effectively? So what's funny is, as I'm doing this, right, I just now had the thought, like literally as I just hit stop record, I almost deleted all the files in this vlog, like literally everything that you're viewing right now. And the reason I deleted it is because was thinking about deleting it, is that in my head, I thought, do people care about this? Will people actually enjoy it? Will people actually like it? Probably not. I'm a biologist. I should only focus about biology. But then this is a vlog. This is about me being personal. And I saw myself getting caught up again in trying to produce the absolute best content. And in full disclosure, I already recorded 2 minutes of this exact vlog and then deleted it because I didn't think it was going to be good enough. Then I restarted and I was about to restart again and possibly even do a different topic. And you see, it was a direct reflection of my exact problem that I've been circling around for months, maybe even years at this point. The truth is, I don't know if you're going to like this video. The truth is, I don't know if it's going to resonate or gain traction in the same way that I hope it will if I did some piece about conservation. But that conservation piece, I also don't know if it will do well. Historically, on this channel, which is a small channel, it has not done well. It's done well in the sense of people viewed it and enjoyed it. However, it did not do well in the sense of it is viewed to a mass audience. It has not reached the people I want it to reach. It has not created that large impact that I want it to create. So these are the thoughts that I constantly have whenever I produce content, and it's a mixture of self-doubt, it's a mixture of perfectionism, it's a mixture of all of these different issues that stem from my constantly crumbling self-esteem. I don't think I'm worthy, ergo my content is not worthy of being loved and appreciated. And when I've adopted this newer strategy of just produce it, just put it out there, if you don't like it, that's fine, the next one will be better, it has helped me get past that barrier. It hasn't silenced the voices in my head, the deep, dark voices. Notice how I'm making myself dark to talk about the deep, dark voices. Instead, it's given me the courage and the knowledge to know I don't have to listen to that voice. It's helped me produce more and realize that there's always another piece of content that I can produce. Instagram, my Instagram, I am getting close to making 1,000 posts. 1,000. I'm at 967, I believe. And when I look back on those posts, I can barely remember 4 of them. Realistically, like if I go through and it's like which post had a big impact, I go through and I think, well, I made the post about the honeybees that did really good. I made a post about conservation and preservation. I made a post about I made some stupid joke about Leonardo DiCaprio and all this stuff. And I'm realizing that the posts that I was thinking about, like what post can I remember, are only the most recent ones. I look back on the post from 3 years ago and I'm like, oh, it was trash. You know, like it's terrible. It wasn't what I could produce now. If I redid that post, it would be so much better. Here's the thing with that thought. Here's the thing with realizing that the post from 3 years ago could be better if I did it today. When I made that post 3 years ago, I was still in the it needs to be 100% perfect mindset. So the crazy thing with that is, back then, it was perfect to me. I didn't sacrifice at all. Looking back now, I know how terrible it was. I know how imperfect it was because I have grown. I have made myself better at what I do. If we can realize that our growth is going to outpace our content, realizing that we are going to be better, that we are going to do more, why would I care if my post is perfect to me now, if in 2-3 years, I'm going to look back on this exact vlog, this video right here, and say, wow, that was awful, I can do it much better. So this is sort of the thoughts. This has been sort of I guess like a self-therapy thing of talking about my own self-esteem when it goes into content creation. And I'm going to cut it here because I think I have rambled. I think I've said everything I really feel like I need to say, and I'm not deleting this vlog. I'm not deleting it. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to cringe at some of the words I've said. I'm probably going to cringe at the length. I'm probably going to get into my self-esteem low head and just completely let myself get worried about how terrible it is, about how I don't agree with it, how it's not fitting my stuff. But I'm going to edit it. I'm going to post it, and hopefully you're viewing this exact thing right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna end it there because I don't know what else I want to say. So, you know, call to actions obliged. Say things like look at this, I'm rambling. Am I gonna cut this? No, I don't think I'm gonna cut this part.